We're going to do a song I wrote about a friend of Marty of mine that struggled with addictions, and I wrote this in college, and it's for a good friend of mine, Greg, and this goes out to you, Greg. Hopefully you can hear us in Euclid. Euclid's not that far from here, so it's called Moving On.
You can hear it like it's ringing a bell way out in the parking lot. It's amazing. Yeah, it was really cool.
His life in a haze, that's how he spent his days. In a multicolored room, he watched it go of our room. He watched it open wide, he watched it from inside. He watched it spinning round, you couldn't see it in his eyes. Solitaire and Kurt Vonnegut books, he got his share of looks, but no one questioned him, and so my story begins. His father got on the phone, said Texas is where you're going, they're gonna dry you out. Then it's back to your mother's trying to sleep on a Greyhound bus. The unbounce off of a history buff finally said enough's enough. Finally said to himself, I'm moving on. Said to himself, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Afternoon in a lavender room, try to find his place in this crazy human race. A little peace of mind, it's so hard to find it. Trying to sleep on a Greyhound bus, the unbound off of a history buff. Finally says enough's enough. Finally said to himself, I'm moving on. Said to himself, I'm moving on, I'm moving on. Greyhound bus up to Minneapolis and began his master plan. He became a self-made man. I've reason to believe that he'll get his PhD, a history degree. I know he'll do it, trying to sleep on a Greyhound bus. The unbounce off of a history buff. Finally says enough's enough. Finally says to himself, I'm moving on. He said to himself, I'm moving on. He's trying to sleep on a Greyhound bus. The young bounce off of a history buff. Finally said enough's enough. Finally said to himself, I'm moving on. He said to himself, I'm moving on.